Greetings everyone. Today is July 8th of 23. I have another fig lineup for you. There are 14 varieties on a table. It seems like I'm always maxing out on 14. Pretty much there is no room for more. But I'm gonna show you some of the varieties that I already shown before. I just thought that it would be nice to see many different varieties, how they compare against each other when it comes to the size, color, shape. Although when you look at the size, do not assume that this will be the size that your tree will bear. The size will depend on many different reasons, conditions. The way I grow figs will be different than how you grow. And for example, you can see here at the top this Preto. They all came from the same tree. Two are much larger, and then two of them probably third of the size of those. However, I do find that these smaller ones have a lot of flavor and higher sweetness, especially if they're starting to dry. So let's start from the top. First I have Black Zadar. Black Zadar is a Croatian variety. Zadar is a city in Croatia, and black comes from the skin color. This will be the first time for me to do review on Black Zadar. Next, Celeste, and I have a very small young tree of Celeste, and this is the first fruit that I will taste from this variety. Preto, already shown before. However, I don't know if I did a separate video for Preto. Next, Capul Curd Negra, one of my favorites for this season so far. I had two smaller fruits, but we'll see what they look inside. And again here, variety that I've shown many times before, Craven's Craving. And you can see the size again differs greatly. This one is very dry and possibly the mostly intense in flavor and probably the sweetest. And this one is beginning to split at the bottom. I'll show you that from the little extra water. Now, next is Ponte Trissa. This is the first time now that I'm gonna do a review. Actually, I did a review on Ponte Trissa. However, I did not post it. So, oh yeah, I was waiting for this one to ripen so I can see and compare if this one will be maybe even better looking. And it is. It seems like it's a little bit larger and better colored, more kind of yellow, light green. Here we have Coldedama Gris or Coldedama Gris, and I'll do a separate fig tasting review on this variety as well as on Coldedama Blanc. Now I did wait for these two to ripen. This one I believe is maybe a day ahead, so I'm anxious to see what they look on the inside. Now Italian 258, for some reason they just did not produce any larger fruit for me this year. Probably just the growing conditions for them, a little bit drier media in their grow bag. Strawberry Verte, I already made a review. However, I found they were already beginning to dry a little bit. They're riper than the fruit that I've shown before. They even look nice with these minute cracks. Here are Black Madeira KKs. I already shown Black Madeiras many times. We have three pretty much the same size, however they differ in ripeness. This one is the driest, the ripest probably. Then this one and this one is the plumpest. So we'll see on the inside. And next to them is a green, kind of neon green, a little bit yellow in it, YOLO bypass. The first fruit I picked from this tree was not properly ripened. In fact, it did split from the rain. I did not protect it. So we'll see what the YOLO bypass will be on the inside. I'm glad that it is a common fig. This one is a seedling from California. And at the end is already featured, and I like this variety a lot. This is Black Greek. And the last is Proven Smith Becknell. Excellent variety, and again I have more, and these seem to be a little bit drier, some of them, so I decided to include them again in the lineup. And I hope I did not miss any. In one of the videos I miss Campanier. Alright, now I'm gonna just cut them open and then we'll take a look of them on the inside. Alright, they're all cut open except Ponte Trissa and YOLO bypass. I would like to do a separate fig tasting review on those varieties. Everything else is cut open, and then Col de Dama Blanca I'll do also separate tasting review. Col de Dama Gris, so I left one fruit unopened. So let's just go. First you can see, I'm gonna just let you watch all of these colors. It is quite colorful. Let's start from the top. This is Black Zadar, and it looks quite nice on inside. It has many different colors. I see red pulp in the center, then some brown, purple at the edges, and then translucent, kind of greenish brown at the top. Many different colors, maybe many different flavors, we'll see. Celeste, this one is just maybe a day or two picked too early. It did look ripe on the outside, however I can see by the color of the inner part of the skin that is not fully ripe. Preto, familiar look. This one is already beginning to dry. You can see how thin the skin is on that one here, and it's so juicy, full of nectar. Now Col de Dama Blanc. These are looking very nice. And this is perhaps a day before this one here, one day less ripe, so I'm hoping that this one will have even perhaps better color. I'm not sure, but as is, this is just unbelievable how deep red this is, like a ruby red, almost a little bit burgundy. I can see some purple mixed with red all over. And again, I like this contrast of green and red in this. Well, I'm not sure, this is not Adriatic type, but Col de Dama Blanc, it is a light colored fig. And next to it is Col de Dama Gris or Gris, and it looks like a smaller Col de Dama Blanc, same color. You can compare them, just a different size. And Gris comes from the skin that does look like a grayish, almost like a, yeah, like like this Preto has powdery blue color on the skin, and this one has gray. Capol Curt Negra. Oh, this is such a great variety. And these small fruits are super sweet. I had eaten another half of this other part of that's even riper, and I'm not gonna now chew this time, but it is a great variety. These are beginning to dry now, so you can see there is no nectar pooling in the middle, otherwise they are juicier. I like the Capol Curt Negra in any stage of ripening, when they are a little bit less and juicier, full of nectar, and when they come into this drier stage. Great variety. Pointressa, I'll do later. Craven's Craving. I did not cut this larger fruit, I just left it there for the shape. It is not fully ripe and it begin to split at the bottom. However, these smaller fruits are just super sweet. The sweetest that I tasted on Craven's Craving was 52. That is amazing. It was quite dry. Black Greek, looking nice. Great tasting fig. Yellow Bypass, again I'm gonna do separate review. Black Madeira KK, again when it's fully ripe and beginning to dry, super sweet, and I would leave them on a branch to begin to dry a little bit. I find them, and I do have another half. This is another fruit that I picked. Actually fell off when I was moving it, and you can see that the skin is not, it's kind of tight, and I did taste it, and it's just a tad watery in taste, a little bit bland. So Black Madeiras, at least in my conditions, the way I grow it, again, I like to keep them on a branch for as long as possible till they become to dry, like this one here would be perfect. This one is about a day picked too early, another day of on a sun, it will become like this one here. Let's go next. Italian 258. Oh, I forgot to. I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna cut this one here. And these are smaller fruits. But you can see the way they look. I will possibly do another review on the largest one. Strawberry verte. Now this time strawberry verte is left to dry a little bit. It doesn't get dry as Black Madeira, for example, Craven's Craving. Seems that always stays supple. The skin is quite elastic. They are looking very juicy, nectary inside. But the skin is still kind of stretchy, it's not as dry. So that's probably characteristic. Maybe if I left them even longer, they would dry up even more. But I don't know. And last one here on the lineup, Smith Becknell. Oh, this one is beginning to dry, but it still has plenty of nectar in a cavity. You can see it looks so beautiful. It will be too late for me now to eat anymore. I already ate few. I won't be able to sleep. But Smith is one of my favorites for this year so far, this season. And that's how the lineup ends. One more time. Enjoy the look. Hope you have enjoyed it as much as I have. Thank you for watching and good night.